Well, g'day and welcome to our weekly market report here in Dubbo. Missing last week due to obviously plenty on around the place and getting deep into the middle of the stud selling season. We've had plenty of numbers go through the sale yards here, plenty of cattle obviously going through, and as the facts just come through for tomorrow's draw, we see another 9,000 drawn for here at Dubbo, and that's on the back of a couple of very, very big weeks of a 10,000 draw followed by 8. So plenty of numbers about, but fortunately the cattle market holding up extremely well here at Dubbo. Same unfortunately can't be said for the sheep and lamb market. And as I said, deep into the heart of stud season now and plenty on. We've had some outstanding results yesterday at Gull and Gamble as well as Gilmore Pole Dorset sales. Some very high prices achieved there. In the coming week, tomorrow we turn our attention to Roseville Park. On Friday we have Coddington Pole as well as Tualba. And on Saturday all roads lead to Whyalla. So plenty coming up over the next week in the stud selling season. Joining me today we have Dave Pollard, one of our leading agronomists here at the Dubbo branch. Dave, as we get into springtime, what's news around the farming district?
Yeah, thanks, Martin. At this stage of the year, the crops are progressing well. As we had a terrific start, everything's looking good at the moment. The crops sort of getting into the flag loose stage through to crops fully in head, wheat and barley sort of thing. Yeah, around the Dubbo region especially, we're looking for rain. Actually, we need a good sort of fall of rain to finish the crop off. There's a lot of crops actually around this area that are starting to look a little bit stressed just because of the stage they're at, and they really need a bit of moisture to finish off. But apart from that, to the north of us has had some late rain and they're looking good. To the south of Dubbo is looking good. So realistically, one more fall around this area and we should be looking for a pretty good harvest, which won't go far away.
And obviously you talk of the local area being very good. Unfortunately, surrounding areas not so bright, and I suppose a lot of crops didn't even get off the ground.
Well, that's right, yeah, especially to the north of, say, Canamble sort of upwards. They really have struggled the last couple of seasons, and they're sort of persevering, but I think that I've heard about 5% of the crop of their normal crop went in this year, so we're pretty lucky around this area. So we'll see how we go at harvest time.
Yeah, no, we certainly have been lucky. On a lighter note, Dave, on Monday night, all roads led to Riverbank Ovals, where Elders Elite made the grand final of their touch football competition. And even though it didn't matter that it was F grade, we were able to take out that grand final 7-6 in a very, very thrilling match with the likes of both Ben Marlin and Kate Warren, both here at the branch, getting voted most valuable player by the referees on that occasion, and certainly both stood out. It was a very entertaining game, and we certainly all stood up and did Elders proud there. And fortunately for the old Bulldog supporters on Sunday, we obviously run right down south down to Melbourne, and funnily enough, why Don Hayden couldn't join us today, he's currently in Sydney putting the Rabbitohs through their paces. He tells me they're one game away from the grand final. I would suggest it's one game too many for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, but that only remains to be seen. So we look forward to the finals of the NRL.
I think Don's just telling them not to tighten their ties up too tight, just have it with choking and that sort of thing.
I would say there's no doubt they're renowned chokers, and I would say if they have no luck there Friday week in Sydney when they play, it won't be bunnies, it'll be bunnings, where they'll all be going chasing a piece of rope. Anyway, that's the weekly wrap up from the Dubbo Livestock Report.